Hello everybody and welcome back to the Gaming Garden. It is me, Mandy, here. I'm so excited to be recording a video. I say this literally every video, but it just feels like my natural habitat. I just love recording videos. But anyways, I especially love recording videos that talk about future quests and future storylines in Star Stable. So today we're going to be checking out this blog post on Star Stable Entertainment, which we've checked out a lot of blog posts in the past because I think it's really fun just to get an insight on what is going to be in the future of Jorvik. So we're going to be checking out this game blog for May, which touches on Anne's quest, tech updates, and player character updates, which is a big excitement in the community to have character updates and to have more diversity in how we can change our avatar, how we can make our character look in the game. So I'm excited for that as well. But I hope you all are doing amazing. I hope you're having an amazing week so far, an amazing May, spring, summer's coming. I'm so excited, but let's get right into it. So this was a blog post that was published yesterday, May 30th. And I'm just gonna kind of start where it starts talking about updates. So this is about the quest on the Trail of Anne, which was a bit of a shorter quest that we did last time to find Anne, who had to run off, but I think it's gonna set up for bigger things now that we had that little in between to find Anne and to kind of settle things with Anne and Alex. So hopefully we're all together again and we're ready to take down any dark forces in Jorvik. So yes, let's get to reading. Hello there, my name is Pablo and I've been a game designer here at SSE for over a year. This time I'll be writing about the development of the latest main quest that we released back in February. How has it been that long? Dang. If you haven't played it yet and don't want to know what happens, spoiler alert below. Last November, another designer and I were tasked with developing the next main quest chapter. We knew how much anticipation there was around it and we were determined to deliver the best experience possible. We received a draft of the general story the creative direction wanted to tell. Then we asked ourselves, what is the player going to do? How long is this quest going to last? What kind of content can we add? Are we keeping a proper pacing? And most importantly, is it fun to play? Due to time constraints, we quickly realized that the story must have been told so the story would have to be told in two parts. We identified the four main gameplay points for the story: finding Pi, gathering the ingredients, Pi's transformation, and the race. A breakdown of the whole quest was made: the plot, the gameplay, the assets needed, implementation, risks, a backup plan, and how much time we needed to build it. This breakdown allowed us to lay out the quest so that we could imagine how it would play. I love how much work goes into things like this because I don't know anything about creating a game, animation, anything like that. I'm not knowledgeable in that area, I will say. But it's really cool to come on the blog posts and to see just like what goes down. And I'm really glad they do these blogs and we get to see from so many different people on the Star Stable team, just because we get to see like their process in what they do for the team, what they do for the game, in a really detailed way. So it just gives us insight on all the work that goes down in creating a game like this. So that's really cool. I love it. Sparing most of the technical details and keeping this brief, I'll focus on the two main tasks I worked on: the transformation and the race, which I can imagine a lot had to go into that. Surprisingly, making the whole transformation took less time than I estimated. We went through a few iterations trying to answer many questions. Quick prototypes were made so we could see how it feels to play and make better estimates. One of those questions, for example, was, should players drag items from the inventory? In this case, we decided to avoid placing the items on the inventory for several reasons. It takes more time to create. Some players are already running out of space. We didn't want to have them hold 4 items. We need to make icons for the items, increasing the game storage, and drag and drop can be challenging on mobile. There are a lot of constraints and factors involved in most of the decisions we make. Yeah, that's such like a little detail that I wouldn't even think about. I mean, if I had to like have items in my inventory was full, I'd probably be like, oh no, I need to clear my inventory. But I don't know, I never thought about it from the creator's point of view, creating this quest. So that's really cool. Like, they have to think about these things. That's so cool. Now let's talk about the escape. It is a challenging race, a different flavor from what you're used to. Given the narrative with the Soul Riders being chased, we felt it was fitting for this race to be overwhelming, dangerous, and chaotic. And it was, my friends. It was. I'm not that good at racing, I will say that. To emphasize this feel, we decided to not use signs at all during the race, which gave us one more challenge. How do we tell the players where to go? The moving obstacles turned out to be a pretty useful tool for this. The routes were used to point in the race direction, while the shiny objects marked the location of the path to take. We went through several iterations, tweaking the velocities, times, positioning, and the numbers of obstacles. The main goal was to make a crazy race that you could learn and beat. It was something new both for you players and us. We are very happy with the result. It's something that we can learn from and improve on. In this picture, you can see a section of the race in our game engine. There's a lot going on. Wow. That's so crazy. I love that. I can't imagine, like, I just can't imagine, like, doing that. Like, I play games where I have to build, like, and I can't even do that. I can't imagine making an actual game. That's so cool. It still was an amazing learning experience, which gave us more insights to iterate and refine the gameplay for the future. For example, many of the things we learned on the main quest were used on the Sabine quest during the Equestrian Festival. No way, that's so cool. Really hope you had fun playing the quest. Let me finish by saying that we truly appreciate all the feedback and opinions you leave on our channels. Learning what you liked, what you didn't like, and why is very helpful as we strive to build great quests. Which brings us to the next main quest. We prepared to learn more about the mysterious force pursuing Anne and who or what might be its source. Meet up with some old friends you've not spoken with in a long while, and maybe, just maybe, even venture where you've never been before. No way. Other than that, I would just say that I couldn't be more excited about what's to come. You'll need to wait a little longer until it's released, but you can look forward to it around the end of summer. That's actually pretty soon. I feel like we waited for the recent one for like a really long time, so I'm excited. Very excited. So let's read this real quick. The story of our engine. More than 10 years ago, a group of enthusiasts gathered together with an idea of creating a multiplayer horse game for girls and young women, which would provide a magical storyline alongside a horse riding experience. To create a game, you need two major components, the game engine and an editor, plus related tools. The game engine is a computer program responsible for handling the user input, making decisions based on it and gameplay logic, and producing output in a form of video and audio. The editor is a set of computer programs used by the game designers and artists so they can create all the assets and game logic data used by the game engine. See, this is really interesting to me because, again, I don't really know much about games, like creating games. I can play them, but like I am excited to know more about. I should really read these blogs more because it really gives you like education on how to make a game because I don't know, and it's really interesting. Anyways, let's keep going. Back then, there were no commercial game engines available that were specialized for MMOs, and there still aren't any. So in order to release the game, we had to create our own. Today, we still use the same technical foundation for the engine, but we are constantly improving the core and adding new functionality in line with where we want to take the game. The work is done by our engines and tools team. No way! That's so cool. We are a team of 12 engineers with different specializations, 2 QA engineers and 1 producer. Some of us know more about animations, graphics, memory handling, or building system, but most of us are generalists and are able to quickly jump between different topics. This is quite handy when it comes to solving bugs and reducing our technical debt together. That is so cool. Yeah, I definitely want to learn more about this. That's so cool. If you guys want to know more about what goes into literally creating a game like this, I recommend the blog posts because they're so cool. Yes, I love it so much. Alright, but I actually want to touch mostly on the player character update now because this is an update that I'm really excited to get into and to like see come to the game. I don't know, I really love like developing my character, even like her looks, and thinking about what my character Mandy would look like. I know that might sound really stupid, but that's just what I like to do, is just run around and roleplay. I love it so much. So yes, if you are also a person who likes to develop your player, character, whatever, let me know, and we can be best friends. Okay. This is by Evelina Foxberg, Senior 3D Artist. Hello friends, my name is Evelina and I'm one of the 3D artists working on the updated player character. Let's peek at hairstyles and colors and how we are working with updated hair for the new player character. There are over 250 combinations of hairstyles and colors currently available in the game, many of which have not been updated since launch. As the characters get a well-deserved update, so will the hairstyles. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. When we're updating play your character's hair, we firstly want to make sure to recreate the existing hairstyles in our current art style. We also investigate which of the older hairstyles need more of a modern twist to make sense for the updated character, which ones we want to keep true to the original version, and which completely new hairstyles we would like to add. This is so cool. So I think this is like the original, like when I was like first playing Star Stable, this is like the hairstyles that we had. So this is like not updated, but this is so cool. I love seeing, even if it's in like art form like this one, I love seeing what it could look like. Even though it's a work in progress, it's still really pretty. I'm so excited. A very important goal for us is increasing the diversity of hair types and styles you can wear in the game. This includes, for example, paying special attention to adding wavy and curly styles, also known as type 3 and 4, that have previously been scarce to find, or options for very short hair. I'm excited! Oh my gosh, I love shorter hair. I just love it. Even though in real life I have super long hair. I don't know. It's fun. Our artists and community team went out on a quest to gather ideas and thoughts from our players and ambassadors and collect a wide range of inspirations and references. The artists then used this to create concepts, test models, and ideas for how to update our current hairstyles and for more styles to add to the game. Let's deep dive a little bit into hair colors. We have a large variety of hair colors in the game, with subtle variations in shade to be found between hairstyles of the same color. We want to unify the colors and create a consistent palette which offers a broad range of hair shades. Our graphics programmer has developed a shader that allows us to use one base grayscale texture for every hairstyle and apply the different colors on top of that. When we then modify a color, light pink for example, that will affect all light pink hairstyles without having to create all the pink textures individually. Well, that's nice. This allows us to be more precise in designing the color palette of the hairstyles in the game, which can create greater diversity while making more effective use of the game textures. Look at all these! I'm so excited to have more shades, because sometimes I feel like I'm looking for something just in between, like two colors, so I'm excited to have different shades. Like, it's so pretty. Like, even the black, like there's different shades of black. The red hair. My character Mandy has red hair, so I'm really excited for that. We put together a hair color gradient fitting the art style of the game, ranging from dark to light, warm to cool, and saturated to unsaturated. The gradient was then condensed down to a smaller palette to use for standard hair colors, keeping in mind to include a mix of the characteristics mentioned. The goal isn't to create every possible hair color, but rather to offer a palette with conscious variation that allows you to express yourself. With the palette in place, we balanced and tweaked each hair shade to new skin tones in development to make sure they go well together. Please bear in mind that this work is still in progress, and the examples you see are not the final hair colors or styles. Look at that! Oh, this is so exciting! We're gonna be able to really give our character like their own look. We're gonna be able to get so creative with how our avatars look, and I'm so excited for it. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. But what a good blog post. That was amazing. I don't know, I just love reading them. I know I keep saying that, but it's really fun. But yeah, we have a lot coming in Star Stable. I'm so excited for the player updates. I always somehow forget about it, and then I see like news on it and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so amazing. So I'm excited. I hope you all are excited. Let me know what you're most excited for, what your expectations are for these updates, what you want to see, and yeah, it's really fun to read these blog posts, and I may or may not have some sort of podcast type thing coming out in the future, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, that was just a random little spoiler that I wanted to share with you guys. But anyways, guys, I love you so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.